Hello, everybody. Welcome to our virtual online newscast.
The newscasts are always online, Michael.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Anyway, I bet very few of you were actually expecting us to have a newscast during online school.
Never underestimate the power of the newscast team.
Or how bored we are. Oh, I have something fun.
What's that?
Cody McVeigh making a 3/4 court shot. Let's check it out.
They don't call him Cody McBuckets for nothing.
They do not. Also, that's just a friendly reminder that there are cameras everywhere at school.
It's already time?
I guess it is. It is now my personal favorite time of day, and no, I do not mean 3:13 p.m. I mean it's time for Bighorn Trivia. This week's theme is fairly self-explanatory. It's about the coronavirus, or as everybody suddenly seemed to start calling it, COVID-19.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Why did that switch happen?
Well, I think it sounds like much more scary and scientific. Like once people realized that this was actually a serious thing, we kind of switched over to the all-caps scientific name. Much more intimidating. Okay, first question. Which artist out of the following lists of artists did not offer a free live stream musical performance during the crisis? Okay, the list is Chris Martin of Coldplay, the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra, the Metropolitan Opera, Bob Dylan, and Keith Urban. So which of these artists did not offer a live stream performance? Second question. How many products, and this is kind of a ballpark question, so plus or minus, 100,000. How many products did Amazon have to remove for price gouging desperate customers relating to the coronavirus? Okay, and final question, and this is a true or false, which I actually think is the first true or false on the history of the LPHS newscast. We try to make it hard on you guys because you're all such smart people, so we don't like to make it easy. Anyway, true or false, Constellation Brands, the maker of Corona beer, has seen a massive stock increase in response to the coronavirus outbreak.
All right. Listen until after Bighorn Sports, which, by the way, may not exist today because, everything is canceled.
Right. Next up, we have an exclusive, never-seen-before interview with the fearless leaders of Big Sky School District, Dr. Shipman and Mr. Ed.
Let's check it out.
Thanks for asking me to answer these questions for the quarantine newscast. What is my favorite quarantine snack? Well, as you know, our fabulous kitchen staff and Chef Lindsay have been making food every day. So my favorite quarantine snack is whatever Chef Lindsay Hurlbut is making.
My favorite quarantine snack are these here Blue Diamond almonds. I love this bold habanero barbecue flavor. Perfect. Question. If March Madness was still a go, which team would you support and root for and why? I have to support and root for the Ohio State University. Go Bucks.
I certainly would have been rooting for Duke, just because that's who I always root for during the March Madness season. And this year I actually was able to watch some of their games during the regular season. So I probably would have followed that right into the postseason. And on the women's side, Montana State University was slated to win the Big Sky Conference. So they would have made a trip to the March Madness NCAA tournament. So I would have been rooting for the Montana State University Bobcats.
Question. What are 3 things that you would suggest students do to stay busy and happy during our online learning? First thing I would suggest is for students, get away from the screen time and find a great book. I personally like The Hobbit. Find a great book and do some reading. Second, it will keep you busy, probably not keep you happy, but your parents will be happy. Volunteer to clean up around the house. And the third thing I would recommend is that you get outside. Do what you can to go outside and enjoy this weather. Put on some sunglasses to protect your eyes. Sunscreen, that'll help protect your skin. And then don't forget this here bear spray. Well, you have to get your own because this is mine. But make sure you have bear spray because they're out and about now. And you want to protect your life.
Is spend time with your families, keep up with your schoolwork. And I always think everybody could use more work on their chess game. An appropriate time for us to come back to school, we'll just be closely following the advice and the collaboration of the Center for Disease Control, Governor Bullock, and and our local board of trustees.
Question, is coronavirus one word or two words? It's one word and has 5 syllables. That's it for now. Go Miners, go Bighorns.
Coronavirus, I'm going to go with 2 words. Thanks again.
Very cool. And we just want to make it really clear how much we appreciate Dr. Shipman and Mr. Ide, as well as all the teachers and our personal newscast hero, Mr. Blessing, for adapting and staying positive in the online learning transition.
That's right. This isn't easy for us, but it's equally, if not more difficult for our teachers. So think about that next time you don't say thanks at the end of an online class.
Geez, very aggressive there, Riley, just guilting them into that stuff, but that's fair.
Next up is a short, cool video that Mr. Blessing captured about how quiet it is in the school.
Thanks for that video.
Also, I'm pretty sure that if you only took the 8th graders out of the school, it would be about that quiet.
She said it, not me. Next on our agenda of videos for this newscast, we have a quick check-in with Mr. Coppola about his online learning experience.
I have 4 questions for you. So, number 1 is, how have you changed your class and teaching to kind of work with the online learning environment?
So obviously we're not in front of each other anymore, so I'm trying to keep it as engaging as I can. Definitely relying on media footage to kind of push things out, making sure that every time that we have one of these Google Meets that I'm providing ample opportunities for students to ask questions, making sure they got everything they need. Also trying to keep it light, right? I don't want to mire us down with the doom and gloom, so trying to just be positive and, make it perfectly. That's everything that I would do if the building was open, just doing it virtually.
Right. Okay. What are your top 3 quarantine snacks?
Top 3 quarantine sayings?
Snacks. Sorry, snacks.
Snacks. Oh, yeah. Wow. Awesome. Well, let's see here. I've made up a really awesome batch of enchiladas from pulled pork, and since those keep really well, I've been eating all of those to my wife's demise, right?
Yeah.
Guess what the enchiladas do to the other end?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was gross. And then also just been doing I've been peanut M&Ms. Oh man, those make my world go round. I've been eating those, and then an abundance of fruit. We bought like tons and tons of fruit and made up a really awesome fruit salad. And I've definitely been drinking way more coffee than normal just to kind of keep things going. So yeah, those are my 3 snacks. Nice. Enchiladas, peanut M&Ms, and such.
Yeah. Okay, last question. Okay. What do you miss most about the normal school day?
Seeing you guys. I mean, it's obviously I get to look at you through a computer screen, but high fives and what's ups and, just the basic, camaraderie that I have with my students. I think that's definitely what I miss the most. I do miss seeing my fellow colleagues and those kind of things. But yeah, it's you guys for sure. I mean, that's why I have this job, and that's why I'm going to continue to do what I do virtually. So awesome. That's what I miss the most, Michael. I miss you guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else, bud?
I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you for interviewing me.
Yeah, thanks.
I get 10% of all profits.
Okay, would you rather question?
Hit me.
Would you rather continue with online school through spring break, because we're all going to be quarantined and stuck anyway, and then get out of school a week early? Or just have spring break and finish school at the normal time?
That's a super interesting point. I'm not sure how feasible that is, but I think I would rather get out a week early and just work through spring break. Maybe. I don't know.
Next up, we have a super awesome ski video about some of our local middle schoolers who keep shredding even after the resort is closed.
That was actually awesome and really cool drone footage, guys. Excellent example of getting outside during the virus, which is a super important thing.
Holy cow, Michael, look what time it is.
Well, yeah, sort of. I guess it's time for Bighorn Sports. I really don't have anything for you guys this week. Spring sports have been postponed until a later date, as well as college and professional sports, including March Madness, which really bums me out. But one quick shout out to senior Frankie Stars and freshman Maddie Cohn, who both represented Lone Peak on the District 11C All-Conference second team for their efforts during the basketball season. So that's cool.
You're clearly forgetting about high school staff versus student dodgeball, sorry.
Oh, shoot. How could I? You're exactly right. Now streaming on ESPN 8 The Ocho, Lone Peak Dodgeball.
Man, Austin Samuels would be scary to play dodgeball against.
Thanks, Mr. Harder, for putting that together. And we should do that more often. I guess it's time to answer our trivia questions. That was like the saddest sports section ever. All right, question 1. Remember, this was which artist out of the following list of artists did not offer a free live stream musical performance during the crisis? And the list was Chris Martin of Coldplay, the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra, the Metropolitan Opera, Bob Dylan, and Keith Urban. And the answer is Bob Dylan, which makes sense because he's like 80. I mean, I bet some of the freshmen don't even know who he is.
How much older than the freshmen do you think we are?
I don't know. It feels like kind of a lot. Okay, I'm sure this next question has you tangled up in blue. You either get it or you don't. But the question was, how many products did Amazon have to remove for price gouging desperate customers relating to the coronavirus? And the answer is 1.1 million. That's a lot of unnecessarily expensive hand sanitizer. Okay, and final question. This was true or false. Constellation Brands, the maker of Corona beer, saw a massive stock increase in response to the coronavirus outbreak. And that is maybe surprisingly true. That wraps it up for Bighorn Trivia.
And also concludes our show. Remember, the best way to keep yourself healthy is to wash your hands often, try not to touch your face, and practice social distancing as much as you can.
6 feet, people. That's as tall as me.
Again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. For Michael Romney, this is Riley Germain signing off.